And so talk about identity. Talk about identity. And then I'm done doing this type of business teaching or, pounding you over the head with what I want you to know. It's what is MarketAmericaShop.com and the shopping annuity. What do we have that can make us like a Google, a Facebook, an Amazon, or whatever you want to be? Which means all of you get rich. Do you understand this? The 6 things are a monetized network of 160,000 entrepreneurs. I want you to memorize this. I want you to be able to write it down because it's the conversation. It's the conversation. It's like the MPCP, okay? If this never existed before, and we have it, and we have 23,000 people over this weekend, 160,000 together, and we all do it together, it happens. And what does that mean? Everything changes for you, and everything changes for the world. Okay. I think I've worn you out this weekend. But I mean, it's just real simple. Monetized network, nobody else has that. None of those other companies do. Amazon doesn't. A universal shopping cart that allows us to sell and track and collect payment for any product in the world so we can supply everything. Everything that people buy, we have all of the products in the world or we can get them, right? Assessment tool, because nobody knows where their money went. You have to identify it so that they can change over to the other program and save money. And a financial vehicle or technology to convert in residual income. Now, you do understand that one. But this makes it 4 times easier. I mean, that's an understatement. That's just with the people you have. But this is going to end up spreading like wildfire because when it really works for you and it works for people that are coming in, they're saving money and they're getting the best deal and it's easy, it spreads everywhere. How could they not tell their relatives about it? Can you envision that? Well, I'm really trying to help you, but I don't think I'm getting very far. A tracking system. Nobody else in the world can track like you go into a movie and telling people, and them telling people, and them telling people. No levels, nothing like that. It just goes wherever it goes. A little piece of code goes in there, and everything that they ever buy gets accumulated and you get 100% credit for it without dilution. And it's just like social networking. What if everybody on your Facebook following or your Instagram following, you were getting a piece of the margin on everything that they bought? Very similar. Except they don't have these 6 things, they can't do it, or they would do it. Maybe it'll hit you on the way home. Maybe I got to tell some jokes or something. So listen, imagine. You know John Lennon's song, Imagine. Just imagine in your mind this, okay? Imagine. Because Pam, remember, I used to say, imagine the mall without walls. Imagine the income from 2 legs, and it starts to multiply. Imagine that the world starts to change. Right now, well, he took my chains off. Prices, listen, we're all brainwashed. We really are. We're brainwashed in a world where we are kind of comatose. You get anesthetized because we never question prices going up anymore. You notice that? Yeah, it went up. You expect them to go up. And you really don't expect your income to go up anymore. Now, you can make it go up in the business, but but at a job, you don't expect to get big raises and whatnot, do you? And you're hoping that you don't get downsized. Worse yet, look at all the retail businesses that went out of business. People are worried about losing their jobs. But imagine a world where, because we were all in this and doing it, prices went down. I mean it, they went down. They don't go up because we have the power of numbers. And because people are joining and it's tracking that, your income is going up. Can you imagine that? You know, so your kids are involved. You know why? Those little buggers spend money like it's going out of style. And you know what? They're digital, and as they go through high school, okay, they're on your account, but they get their own account. They're going to lead to a lot of other people. In fact, they go crazy over it because they want the money. Yes or no? Can you envision that? Imagine this thing growing fast and all your friends want in it. You're not trying to get them in. They're asking you. You're not asking them. Can you imagine that? Your footprint spreads everywhere, and it's being tracked, okay? And because the funny thing is that everybody has to spend money. Not everybody has to do cosmetics. Not everybody has to do web centers. Not everybody has to do TLS. But it's relevant to everybody in every economy and every society. They got to spend money. That's our market. They got to spend money, and they have to shop in order to live. So if you're living, you spend, and you shop. They're in our market. Woo! That's a big market cap. Okay? I showed you the numbers of just what our market cap is in spending. Right? So everybody lives, everyone spends, and everyone shops, and everyone's broke. True or false? Now, I know that there's some people that break out of that, but you know, it's like Joe said, there's, you know, there's rich people and poor people now, no middle class. But at any rate, everybody wants a nest egg, true or false? A nest egg. Isn't that what everybody wishes for? If only I had. Okay, but they don't have any discretionary income because all their income's being eaten up every month. And companies keep coming out with new gadgets and stuff, and to stay relevant, you got to spend more. And then, you know, it's the warranty thing. Everything breaks. And hard products become consumable products. A new iPhone every month. You with me? Am I telling the truth? Do you agree with this? So nobody ever has any money left over, and you just save $3,000 and the car breaks down. And you need a new transmission. There that goes. True or false? Are you with me? Am I identifying with you? Okay. So people are hurting. They're looking for a way out. They're looking for stability. They don't know what's going to happen. So you don't need to recruit so much anymore because this thing's working for you and us. From doing what I said this weekend, what we're going to do and what you agreed to do. And it's working really well. Just like the MPCP. Every week you know your check's going to be there. That's how good it's working. You're saving money. So people are asking to get in because it works. And nobody has any money to invest. And even if they did have the money to invest, the markets are very volatile. It's easier to lose money than it is to keep it. If you make it, that was the easy part. Keeping it's the hard part. So nobody has hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest, but they're spending 20, 30, 40, 50, 75 grand a year. That money is an investment by buying what they already buy. And we have created a financial vehicle just like a bank or an annuity or an investment account that's yielding a return for them by taking out the margin. It's not volatile because it's based on gravity, margins. So anyway, that's why it works. But who cares? It works. Huh? Oh, man, you have to qualify to get in. You know why? You got so many people that want to get in, you got to spend time with them. You don't have the time to spend with them all. Not everybody gets into Harvard either. You got to qualify. You got to make sure that they're serious about it, that they're spending enough money, that they get, the concept, right? Can you imagine that? People lining up and you can't take them all. I'm telling you, this is my dream. And I know, I'm not saying, I don't wish, I don't hope. I know that this will happen. And man, you're so proud. You're so proud because you were an early adopter. You were in early, like these guys. And it's in Forbes magazine, the Wall Street Journal, Time magazine, as the economic solution. Everybody talks about all the problems in the economy and how there's no way to fix it. We come up with the way to fix it, and we actually start a revolution, and we do it from the people in this room. You know what? It's also, I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that where the company is today from where we started. And all the incredible products that we have, that people beat the door down, that are life-changing products, that are the top brands in the world. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing to me. But everything comes to you automatically. Just think about how nice life is. You don't have to go search and find stuff. We've gone through this process. We're matching. It just comes to you. You don't have to go out shopping. You don't need to stay online for hours, okay? In the AM, on your cell phone, your thing, or your computer, it pops up. It says, we notice that you're almost out of this and this. Can we reorder it for you? You don't even have to think about it because you went through the process, and now we have it all wired. Just like the back offices today versus the old days. The old days, you had to figure everything out manually. Can you understand this? Can you translate any of these experiences and generalize from one experience to another? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like the back office. It prompts you. It prompts you. We see you have a baby coming next month. It's a month away. Can we help you get the best prices and help you shop for the nursery? You have a wedding come up. It pops you 3 months ahead. So can we help you narrow the selections and order it for you? It's a personal shopper, a concierge, okay? You're moving. You know how you forget, you get busy, and all of a sudden you're rushing around to do it? It prompts you. It said, Pop, hey, 3 months from now you're moving. Can we help you? You don't have time to do it anyway. How addictive is that? I heard a video of the founders of Google explaining in I forget what it was, before they actually came out, what they were trying to do. And, the word Google's really like 100 to the 100th power or something. It got misspelled of indexes and combinations. Nobody knew what they were talking about and didn't believe it at all. But they did it. This is much easier and much more powerful. And everybody searches, but everybody shops. Locally, your food is delivered to you in each market. I know we can do it in New York. We're going to do this in the next year. Gas, you got to go to a lot of meetings. We've measured how much gas you spend per month. And we have a gas cap card where you put out the $100 for gas that month or the $500, whatever it is, and you just keep filling your car up and you get 20%. 10%, 20%. This is where we're going. I explained it to you how we were going to do it this weekend. Did you get it? It's all of us working together in a system that we provide to make that happen. Hey, 160,000 people out there always looking for products. Isn't that what we always do? We know everything that's going on. We're in the marketplace, bringing them back to us. So each one of you has an advantage of all of those finds. Because when we find them and they come to the top, we're going to vote on them, and bring them out, but at least hook you up with the best deal. You know, we one day will dictate to companies what we will pay them for the product. If we have so many millions of customers, so many millions of shopping annuity people, members that came from you. And remember, you're going to sell the shopping annuity and get a retail profit. And then they're going to do the volume because they're simply buying, but they're going to get a residual income, which is economic glue. Can you imagine that? Guys, it's not 5, 10, 20 years away. It's in the next 2 years. It'll be a reality. You see? So, guys, a new product comes out. We vote and we tell them, we know what your profit margins are. To put this on the shopping annuity and be the recommended product, you have to give it to us for $10, not 15. And we're going to give them 25% IBV, or what? Do you get this? Then it goes to this. Just like Walmart. Everybody wants to sell in Walmart. You know, I always used to tell Mark, another day, another million. He said, what are you talking about? I don't even know how we're going to make payroll. Way back in the beginning. Another day, another million. Do you believe it? Can you see it? Do you believe in what we're doing? If you can't say it, then you don't believe it. Because we're going to do it. Now, today we do way over $1 million a day. We're doing nearly $1 billion a year. So now I say, another day, another billion. They look at me, they say, you're nuts. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Walmart does. And what do they got? Small towns, average people, better prices. Big volume so they get better prices. Okay? And a greeter out front. I guarantee you, we got a better looking greeter than they do. But if they can do it in brick and mortar, why can't we do it in the shopping annuity with our incredible network of people and friends, okay, and our tracking system and shop.com? Why can't we? Better prices. And we, just like Walmart says, they dictate the price, don't they? We dictate the price. Is that possible? Can you see that? You know? So they bid, just like they do with Walmart. They bid for the business. So one day you wake up and you are one of the original shopping annuity founders. You made it happen. And you're living very well. All because you believed back today. You get the point? Can you imagine that though? Because that's where it's going. You know, history is about, history records changing the world. You know, like Edison with the light bulb, Ford with cars. Ford went bankrupt 3 times before he made an affordable car. It changed the world because everybody got cars. But guess what? They had no roads or gas stations. Well, they made them. When Edison invented the light bulb, he failed 10,000 times. People told him, what are you, nuts? It's just impossible. He says, no, but I found a way now that it works. There was no electricity. No power plants. They built them. I mean, come on, guys. Telegraph, the telephone, the cell phone, the smartphone in every hand in my lifetime. You know, computers, IBM said there will never be computers in every home. But Wozniak and Jobs and Gates didn't believe that. They took it from mainframes to using punch cards to digital TV screens to a computer in every home that's more powerful than a mainframe used to be. Miraculous. Not possible? You know. And the thing is, what else? Google. You got all the knowledge in the world at your fingertips in a click. unbelievable. You know, social media, who would ever think we're all connected? Changed the world. You know how that got started? A college guy wanted to pick up girls. Online shopping, disrupting retail and replacing it. Who would believe it? And you're wondering if I'm crazy? You got to get a little crazy too, because we got the way, baby. You know, and here's the thing. At the time of conception, and listen, it's always easier to conceive than to deliver. You ladies know that, right? Some of you men know it better than the ladies, but at the time of conception, these realities today seem like science fiction. When I talk to you about the shopping annuity, you look at me like I am in outer space. You know, science fiction or from outer space. And at the birth or delivery of each of those breakthroughs that changed the world that I just mentioned, okay, that people marveled at, the generation in which they were given birth to did not reap the greatest benefit. It was the following generation. And that's what we're doing. We're giving this to our kids, the young people, the next generation. And it's, you know, we see what's possible that others see as impossible. You know, my life has been modeled after the statement by George Bernard Shaw. There are those that look and see the way things are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Why not, folks? Why not the shopping? You know, I guess I've always been a visionary and a dreamer exploring possibilities. You know, the MPCP, the binary plan, did what was thought to be impossible. No width, all on two legs, more money, unlimited. Oh, come on. Nobody believed it. But we created it, and it evolved into what it is today. And it's almost like defying gravity. It really is kind of impossible. But we made it possible. We came up with the solutions. You know, the evolution to one-to-one marketing, the mall without walls, BV, IBV banks and programs were all considered like me being in orbit. You know, and I was like, what are you talking about? They're real today. This is going to be real too. You believe me at all? You know. So when we came out with IBV and 2 banks, you know, with the BV and the GMTSS and the unfranchised, it was in the first 5 years. And it was like a big thing to swallow, but a big, exciting jump. And we were going to make it happen. And you all thought that we were going into outer space. So this is what we did. We were taking the business in orbit.
Can't believe this. We're going to space? Really? We're really going into orbit?
We planned this for a long time. Are you ready to go into orbit? Pay
ready to
attention
go.
now, though. We're ready to take
All right, well,
off.
let's buckle up. This is going to be interesting. We're going to go places nobody's ever been before.
That's right.
All right, let's go.
Ready?
Yep, ready. Hold on, oh my God.
You know, I just had to laugh at that. When we were figuring out how to do the shopping annuity, I realized that we had to do it in 3 phases. The first is to make it really, really easy and to match products, so nobody had to find products. Then I had to do something to get the concierge and the system for selling it to other people and bringing on customers. So it ended up, and then the world's going to know about it, and it's going to be publicized on TV, and So I got the plan, and just like going to the moon, it was Apollo, Mercury, and Gemini. So we have 3 phases. We're in Apollo right now, and we will land. But what the hell's he talking about? Guys from outer space. But remember when John F. Kennedy announced in 1961 that in this decade we will put a man on the moon? 1961, guys. People thought it was preposterous and that he was crazy. And the point is that we did do it, guys. We did do it. And, he didn't say that, though, without reason. Because Kennedy, in that statement, consulted the greatest scientist of all time, of the time, Wernher von Braun, and he asked him, is it possible to put a man on the moon? He said, it definitely is. He says, what would it take to do it? He said, 5 words, the will to do it. And it took a decade. They did it in 8 years. Do we have the will to do this? It's easier than going to the moon, there was many benefits to that program technologically. NASA scientists in the process of going to the moon pioneered over 6,300 technologies during their bid to understand space that are now routinely used as day-to-day activities, and they advance mankind, and they're just taken for granted. But none of them existed before then. So you see, anything from digital satellite TV to integrated circuitry to computer microchips to the CAT scanner to the joystick, that all came from that. But just like the MPCP, we are bringing it to Earth now from outer space. So folks, I know it's from outer space, but you better get ready for the coming. Because it's coming, So all these things have happened over the last century. It just amazes me what's happened in the last 5 years. More has happened, more breakthroughs, more inventions, more things that changed the world than in the last 1,000 years combined. And then shopping annuities the next one. It's impossible. That's what they told Roger Bannister when he wanted to break the 4-minute mile. They said, your heart will jump right out of your body. It's humanly impossible, until he did it. Right? So build it and they will come, is the point. And, I may be from the moon, but I'm coming down to you. And look, it happened before. So why is it so unbelievable? In 1984, I was dreaming of computerized marketing. And look what we did with the program. So if you want to be successful, I've always said, I used to say that at the beginning of every meeting, if you want to be successful, find a paradigm-shifting trend. Paradigm-shifting trend. That means something that's going to lead the way, that's going to change things, that's better than what's out now. Okay? And position yourself to lead the parade rather than getting in at the tail end of the parade. And that's where we are right now.